Hello beauties, how are you? Just a quick video because it's quite late on a Sunday night and I'm a bit tired. Been up since 5 this morning. I just wanted to say, wow, what an incredible few days. It was the launch of Transgender Awareness Week in Bournemouth this Friday just gone in Flirt Cafe, and we had an event. You know, it was basically a celebration of stuff, and there was live music and wine and lots of mingling and stuff, and there's a exhibition on in Bournemouth this week in the library and in Flirt Cafe as well, and there's portraits of the trans community of Bournemouth as well as some artwork that we did. So if you get a chance between now and the 25th, please do pop down and have a look, because you might be surprised. In essence, I think the whole thing about, well, the whole meaning of the week is just to try and, I guess, raise the profile of trans people, but not from the viewpoint it's like, hi, we're here, we want to be famous, just from the viewpoint that we're pretty normal, and you know, the more that people get to see that, I guess we will be accepted, and the more people will understand us. So that's the whole reason for the event, in my eyes. Yeah, so it was a really good night. There was some good live music, and I got to meet some really lovely people. Certainly, it's really difficult, right? Because as a trans lesbian, you have the misconception, I keep doing this and I'll stop doing it eventually, that some people might not accept you on the gay scene. And I've heard stories of people who said, oh, they've had people hating on them because they're trans and stuff. Certainly you think that as a lesbian who's trans that you might have difficulty with some lesbians, but I met quite a lot of lesbians on Friday night and it was amazing. They really accepted me and they were lovely. So I guess you can, if you look back at my blogs, you're going to know a recurring theme. Don't think others aren't going to accept you, because on the whole they will. It's the minority that don't, and if they don't, it's their issue anyway. Just move along. It's not even worth wasting any energy with it. But yeah, it was really good, really positive, and I'm also looking forward to more stuff of the same this week coming up. There's a Equality Southwest forum on Wednesday morning that I'm going to be part of, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting to meet people from different walks of life, professionally, to discuss, you know, being trans basically. That's going to be awesome. And then we've got a pamper session which I'm really looking forward to on Wednesday. There's tranioke on the Wednesday night, which I can't do due to a work commitment, but I hope the guys have a good time. And then Friday next week there's the ball at Disney Mother Now in Bournemouth. So and then the week on a party. No better way to end a week, really. Me personally, as in what I've been going through, it was really good speaking at this at the trans launch night. I read one of my poems. I've done a version of Rudyard Kipling's If, but on a trans version. If you haven't looked at it, go and look at my previous blogs, because it got well received anyway. I really, you know, I was proud of it, and certainly I got a big cheer, which was lovely. It was really nice. And yeah, a friend of mine has launched a book as well. It's called Chained Melody, and it does have a trans theme to it. And you know, I read a bit from her book and it was really well received as well. So if you want to have a love story, read a love story that has a trans issue, then go and read it. It is a lovely story. I cried lots. In terms of what's going on for me, I've just been to see my baby girl again for the second time today. Woohoo! In London. That was difficult, just from the viewpoint that it's 4 hours and saying goodbye is so traumatic. It's the worst thing, because she's breaking her heart, and as a parent, anyone who's a parent out there who understands me, all you want to do is protect your child. You don't want to do anything that's going to hurt them or upset them, and if they're hurt you want to take that away. And I understand that I'm the cause of a lot of pain for her, and I don't like that at all, but all I can do is try and support her through it. I've had kind of a few changes in terms of, I've noticed a few things in my body, getting twinges in other places. I think I did this in the last one. Yeah, so that's been going on, but also there comes a time as a trans person, inevitably, if you have been in a relationship and you separate, as I have, that relationship comes to an end. You know, I've been separated from my partner for 2 years now, and it's going to come to a stage where we look to get a divorce. And I'm not saying I don't want that, because, you know, that is the natural process of this whole thing, and, you know, it is very amicable, but we've grown apart as people and everything prior to anything trans related, so, you know, it's the natural conclusion of things. And I knew it was coming, but it still threw me a bit when it was talked about. I was quite upset, quite emotional. I was crying a bit, and I wasn't expecting that. But you know, this whole thing about taking hormones and stuff, for me personally, and I'm sure it's the same for other trans women as well, it's like you look at things on an emotional level more so than you ever have done. You know, women have more empathy. I'm sorry, guys watching this, but they do. It's a fact, and they, you know, they think more about feelings and everything else. So, you know, reflecting on my past from a woman's perspective, you know, I was really emotional about it, and that threw me a bit. But it's understandable, I think, when you think about what I've been taking and putting in my body. You know, you've put female hormones in your body, they're going to have a reaction to it. I wouldn't change a thing though. And it's weird because I've been on hormones that haven't been bought off the internet, basically on prescribed hormones now for about 3 months, and it seems to be every kind of 6 to 7 months. I'm getting 6 to 7 weeks, sorry, I get a bit angry. Really weird, like getting confused and angry and not understanding where it's coming from and stuff. So in essence, if a woman ever says to you that she's angry because of hormones, she ain't lying, she's telling you the truth. So, you know, just do everything you can to be nice and be there for her, and do as she tells you or asks of you. Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. But yeah, it's cool, I love it, I wouldn't change a thing about it. The only thing I would change is I'd see my daughter more frequently, but due to geography and economics that's impossible, so I see her as often as I can. But other than that, I'm just throwing myself into being the woman that I am, and kind of being open and supportive, and hopefully raising awareness. Someone once said to me a little while ago that you should be careful that you don't come across as preaching, and I thought about it and I was quite taken aback, but I did reflect on it a bit, and I think with all of this I did think, well, perhaps I'm teaching, and I don't even want to do that. I don't see it as preaching or teaching, I see it as reaching. At the end of the day, I'm trying to just make everyone see that we are perfectly normal. But it's also, in essence, if you go back to the very beginning of all this, it's about me documenting my journey, and I've just been, it's just like a verbal diary, isn't it? I'm glad I said diary and didn't get my words mixed up there. That could have been a bit weird. Yeah, so there's a few things coming up this week, and I've also got a literary evening of a friend's to attend tomorrow night, and then there's an open mic session about poetry on Sunday next week to look forward to. And it's kind of weird because going to the poetry at Coffee L'Amour, if anyone's about in Bournemouth next Sunday, there is a poetry evening, Poets Republic it's called. I went there in September, October time last year, I think it was October. And yeah, that was kind of the catalyst for me being a bit more braver and facing my fears, because I was asked by the compere the evening to, you know, if everyone was happy. He asked everyone, and I shot my hand up and I went, yeah, me. And he goes, why are you happy? And I said, because I'm living my life now as I've always wanted to. And I didn't have anything prepared, but I still went up and talked a little bit about being trans. And it was kind of a real catalyst for me, because the buzz I got from it, and kind of felt good about myself. So yeah, it's all about facing your fears, peeps, because you do that, it makes you happier and stronger, more fulfilled. It has for me anyway. So I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for watching, and I will come back to you probably after next weekend, and I'll let you know how the rest of the trans week's gone, as well as where I'm at and everything else. So take care, have a good week, stay safe in the snow, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.